This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for March 10th, 2025. Currently, it's March 9th, 2025, 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading, $575.92. And the shuffle video for the March 10th reading was created on February 21st, 2025 at 8:06 p.m. Eastern Time. What we're going to go over in this video is the overall trend direction for the day. We're going to give you the information about the highest high. We'll give you timing for the highest high for the day, lowest low for the day, and then we'll give you any good trades that we see throughout the day, as well as the hour-by-hour sequence of chart events. Now, it's important to understand we're predicting the sequence of chart events. The timing is usually on point to the hour, but there will be plenty of cases that you'll see where you need to give it plus or minus an hour or two of wiggle room. But with that said, the sequence of events will still remain accurate. So you want to make sure to follow the sequence of events. It's not as simple as it looks, guys. I do not advise trading this information without access to our Discord trade alerts. I have 26 years of experience doing this, trading this type of information. I see the pattern. I know if it's plus or minus an hour or two here or there, wherever that happens for the most part. That's why the Discord day trade alerts and swing trade alerts are so valuable and so important. If you don't have that stuff, you really shouldn't trade this. This is more entertainment purposes to show you that you can use extrasensory perception practically in the real world. And more, like entertainment. All right, so before we get into anything, guys, I just want to make sure you're aware the whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. And we do that by following through on the rule of karma. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of all profits from information on this channel should be donated forward to one of these charities that effectively pays it forward, keeps the flow of abundance going through the universe. 5% of all profits should be donated back to the channel as a form of gratitude. Gratitude begets gratitude, my friends. That keeps the flow of abundance coming towards you. It leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, the universe considers you an angel investor of the channel. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. All right, let's get into it. So the overall trend and theme for the day, we have a decline through multiple support levels. I have a strong indication or strong sense that we probably have a significant move to the downside over the weekend. Behavior around the highest high. We should see some flat behavior around the highest high, probably poking up against it 3 times, possibly poking through it 3 times. Off of the third poke, though, we should see a sharp drop to the downside. Behavior around the lowest low for the day, a rally increasing with momentum moving forward out of the low, and advice to trade around those 3 pokes through the same trend line followed by a sharp drop off of that third poke. In the pre-market, we've got this decline, like I said, a decline through multiple support levels, at least 2 major support levels on a multi-day scale. And then we come to sideways rotation around the open at a key support level that'll be important on a 1-month scale minimum. At that support, we should do a pop and then a drop probably in the first half hour, like a move into a high and then back down. And then sideways rotation between roughly 10 and 11 with a big move to the upside and then more sideways rotation. Whatever we're rotating sideways along there between that 10 and 11 o'clock hour probably becomes resistance. Either that or we come up against the resistance between 11 and 12. It would be resistance that we failed to break through many times before, or we're going to break through many times, or we're going to fail to break through many times in the future. But there's a peak around 12 o'clock with another sharp drop into what's most likely a lower price level than we had on the 7th, the same low or a lower price level. Same low or a lower price level than that what we had on the 7th, right around 12:30. And it looks like the resistance that we fall from around 12 into this low around 12:30, we return back to that resistance probably somewhere around 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit before or a little bit after 2 o'clock. There's a sideways S formation within a channel between roughly 1 and 2 o'clock, and then we come up to a peak at the end of that hour, possibly a slightly higher peak at the beginning of the next hour. So the sideways S formation usually is a decline from resistance, a reversal off of support back to original resistance, and then a reversal off of that resistance and back to support, creating that sideways S within a channel. So we likely are coming to the downside as we leave this hour, and then there's an unexpected move to the upside, probably right around 2 o'clock. We'll meet that resistance that we fell from around 12, there around 3 o'clock. From there, likely another decline into another lower trough just before 3 o'clock, out of which it should probably be oversold territory, out of which there should be a huge move to the upside, taking us into a highest high for the day. And it's probably that we're seeing that high 1, 2, 3 times, right? It'll probably be the third time we poke through that high there. And what does that indicate? A sharp drop probably at the close into the post market or overnight again. As far as how I would trade this, so if you're in a short position from the brief peak that was easily missed here around the 7th, I think we're probably going to be it looks like the 3rd is probably going to be a low for the month. That star card is a cross-reading congruency. When you look at the 1 month for March, the star card indicates the low is low. So a lot of the time what you'll have is a cross-reading congruency on the day of. And if you're new to the channel, that's what that blue, light blue indicates are cross-reading congruencies. Everything in SO meta-analysis is color-coded to make it easy to read because there's so much information. This was all developed by yours truly and something that we teach in depth in our first ever Investor Profit University. Should be launching some point in Q3. Hopefully we'll be on track for that. Either that'll be the end of Q4. If you're interested in that, guys, you can go to the website Tarot for Traders. Click on IPU. And you can sign up for the information here. Only sign up once, my friends. This is actually for the raffle. There's the information, but if you want to sign up for the raffle, which is free tuition, you sign up with this information. Please do not sign up more than once. That's an automatic disqualification. I don't like people waste my time. If you can afford it, please also don't sign up for the raffle so that we can actually make this useful for somebody who needs the support financially. We want to make sure that it stays accessible. All right, so with all that said, what I would probably do is the shorts. It looks like the shorts from Friday, probably want to close out of those on the 11th. Now, it might make sense if there's like a really sharp drop over the weekend into the 10th. It might just make sense to close out there for a profit, and then you could open up another short at the end of the day, or you could just hold it into here. As far as day trades, so here, this resistance that we failed to break through many times before, that's highlighted between roughly 11 and 12, probably closer to 12, that resistance, we should decline from it into lowest lows. And when we hit those lowest lows, you could open up a long position, and you would close that long position around just after 2 o'clock, most likely, when we revisit the resistance that we saw and fell from at that 12 o'clock hour. This is usually a pretty reliable way to trade, is based on this Princess of Swords, which is also a cross-reading congruency on the 1 month, right? We've got the Princess of Swords indicating the 10th. It's the sneak preview card from the 7th indicating the 10th as well. And then at end of day, you likely would do a swing trade, opening up a short. If it's a third poke through the same trend line there at the end of the day, I would say that would be indication to open up a short for an overnight swing. Probably a big drop there. But again, guys, if you're going to trade this information, understand these are just expectations of what we expect to see throughout the day of the 10th. But in some cases, there's wiggle room involved. Occasionally, not very often, we'll be wrong. It happens. There's human error. So really, you don't want to be trading this information without the guidance of the early access subscription. I'll show you guys how to get that right now. You go to our website, Tarot for Traders. Click on, hover over order now, click on subscriptions. Early access subscription gets you the earliest access to any of our public content that comes out on YouTube. It comes out on our Discord first. It gets you early access, gets you access to the S&P 500 Discord trade alerts, the S&P 500 trading view chart, excuse me, which you can get the link for that as on the Discord channel. What am I talking about for Discord for the day trades? We're on the hook to do 3 a week. We do a lot more than 3 a week, but I wanted to make sure that we don't end up forcing ourselves into poor trades just so we can fulfill the expectation. So the minimum that we do of day trades is 3 a week, but usually there's at least once a day. And so this is just an example of the type of information that you get. If you're if you are long on these levels, it's a good place to close out. You know, you can open a partial short here if we go higher before end of day, buy more. There will be a price swinging soon. You know, all this type of stuff, guys, comes in pretty handy. And I mean, it goes all throughout the week. It gives you the access to the live SPY chart where we actually have chart drawings, right? And you can see these are chart drawings that people who have access to the Discord as part of early access have access to this chart. And you can see the chart drawings. We were a little early on this exit from a short and a little early on an entry for a long. But either way, this was still a profitable trade. If you're new to the channel, the red ellipses is where we expect to see troughs or lows form. The green ellipses where we expect to see peaks and crests form. And you can see, guys, we're like pretty solid most of the time. These are grayed out because we missed them. But even so, in real time, people with the Discord got guidance to open, close a long and open up a short, close a short, open up long, and they'd be holding that long probably into here. In any case, we're not right all the time. Most of the time, we're right. And it's $100 a month, my friends. That's super underpriced for what you're getting. $1,000 for the year. Guys, this is going up very shortly. Probably going to double this because it's the most bang for your buck. With that said, if you grab it at these prices, lucky you, because you'll maintain those prices for the entirety of your like the lifetime of your subscription. And that's SPY for the March 10th, 2025. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.